Okay, this section is just going to be about fine-tuning what we have done already, maybe adding in some effects if needed, and a little automation. This is the chance to get everything balanced before we head into mastering. If our levels are off and we try to master, it will only highlight the flaws even more so. We must do our best to solve any issues we might have in this section. First though, let's see if we can improve on the levels and balance this song out a bit better. Now from the playback we just listened to, I heard a lot of rhythm and not much synth, so let's sort this out. I want to work on the drums first. There was a lot of drum presence and it seems to be taking away from the synth and vocals a bit. So in beat 1, I will bring down the volume to around -2.5, and I'm going to add a reverb just to soften the impact. So in the Sonitus reverb, we will set the level to around -6 and increase the room size to about 67. Let's go over to the rhythm bus now and link it alongside the parallel compression bus we made at the start. This means that any changes I make to the rhythm bus's fader will be replicated on the parallel bus's fader. To do this, select both bus tracks and right-click on one of the faders. Go to Group and pick a colour that will be associated with these faders. Now we will reduce the volume by around -4.5. The other area that needed work was one of the synth bass. It was far too prominent. I believe it to be the chorus zeta, so we will reduce this to about -4.8. We will now play the track and continue to work on levels. We will also work on the master bus by adding a compressor. Let's have a listen. Okay, we did a very subtle compression on the master bus to even out the tracks as one. Adding compression to bus tracks is a great way to get all your tracks under that bus sounding even and can bring together sounds that were otherwise sounding rogue. We will also go to the chorus strings and add some normalizing to the first section to bring it up in volume to meet the rest of the track. And let's just top it off by adding in some automation to the master bus and fade this track out. Now there are many different ways to input automation. Let's take a look at them now. First we need to press the W button, which stands for write, and the areas in which you can alter are then highlighted in red. For the purpose of this we will be using the output volume. Okay, so the idea is, once you have your right button enabled, you then play the track, no need to record for automation, and then simply make an adjustment to one of the parameters and it will show up in real time. This is great if you have something like a control surface with faders to adjust, something similar to the Mackie or the VStudio series. But there are other ways we can input our value. We could simply drag down the volume and it will write in real time, or we can draw it in using the mouse, something I find a little more accurate if you don't have a control surface. One of the great new features that X2 introduces are automation lanes, and unlike X1 where all automation showed up on top of the track, these now can be arranged in neat separate tracks on their own. So to draw an automation like we want, simply press the button here, and it will insert a separate track for us to write to. Now if we hit the middle mouse button, it will bring up our tools, and we can then select one of the draw tools, such as the freehand tool, or the line tool, each one giving you unique ways to add automation onto tracks. Let's try some more. Okay, so what we want is the freehand, and we will write in a simple curve fade at the end. I think we are ready to go on to the final stage of any mixing process, and that is to look at some mastering effects and see how we can use them to better enhance what we have already.